What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about overall stock market and see what the market is doing and where the market is heading going into next week on Monday. But before we start this video, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you find these videos are helpful and you want to get more access with me throughout the day and also get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, and especially 3 days of live trading in my Discord, check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description and it's definitely worth every penny. And if you are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos I post. And now let's get right into it, guys. Dow is down 0.65%, nasdaq down 1%, and S&P also down 0.77%. And here in this group, so we got pretty much everything in deep red today. On bottom, we got utilities, consumer cyclical, real estate, energy, and also technology. And if you look at this week-to-date performance here, healthcare on top, consumer defensive, industrials, consumer cyclical. I'll look at down here, guys. Real estate, basic materials, and also technology bleeding whole week. And here in the stock market map, we got Tesla down 3%, Amazon down more than 0.5%, Google down more than 0.5%, Meta up close to 1.5%, Nvidia down close to 2%, Microsoft down 1.38%, and Apple was down close to 1%, and now kind of a flat day on Apple stock after hitting another new all-time high. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of this weekly expected move right here on SPY, Qs, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Dow Jones ETF, DIA, IWM, Netflix, and Meta, these can act as a magnet going into next week because whenever we get to that expected move, whether to the upside or to the downside, we usually see a pullback from the top or a bounce from that bottom, or especially the lows in this case of this expected moves. And here's my Twitter account that I created for my subscribers, and especially I've been posting a lot of weekly expected moves on various products and also a lot of my winning trades. So if you want to go ahead and give me a follow there, that would be also greatly appreciated. So on SPY, you are getting a pullback, but if you look at this bigger picture, especially the weekly chart, you will see that this is still a bullish trend and nothing wrong with that. Now, whenever we get disconnected from this blue line 5 SMA on this daily chart, usually it comes back and connects to this blue line 5 SMA, and this is exactly what we're getting. SPY definitely coming down to 430, and that could be coming early as Monday. Now, if we look at it, guys, this uptrend is still holding, and there is nothing wrong with that bull trend. And also, we got all these moving averages here on this weekly chart positively sloping to the upside, and there is a strong bullish trend on SPY. It's not going to just roll over and die easily. Now, if we go back and look at the daily chart, same thing. Uptrend is holding. We're getting a pullback, which could be higher low right here off of this white line 20 SMA sitting at 430, and on that weekly chart, that is this blue line 5 SMA sitting at 430. So that is going to be a strong level right here, 430, and SPY actually can hold 430. From here we could see a move back up to not only 443 all the way up to 450. So this is going to be a key level going into next week on Monday, 430, guys. Below 430, that opens the door to close this gap all the way down here at 422.92, and that's not gonna be good for the bulls. Yet again, it's not gonna be a big of a pullback on SPY, even if we get down here at 422.92 to close this gap. Now, if this thing actually breaks, I would say at some point, which is a long way right now, 400, then I'll be concerned that we might be going back into bear market. Until then, guys, stay bullish. Just be cautious out there in the market. Watch the price action and watch the support on SPY. Now to the upside, if you look at my screen, SPY today slightly closing under 430, 424, 13 SMA, and also blue line 5 SMA 436.26. So next week on Monday to the upside, SPY needs to break 434.24 and then 436. And if that happens, going all the way up to 438.97 to close that gap on top and possibly up to even 440s. And who knows, guys, there could be more upside. I mean, we have seen those big swings on SPY. I mean, this thing comes down and people think it's crashing, and then and it's just another bear trap, and SPY goes back up to the upside and hits a new 52-week high. So watch out here, guys. This critical support 430 and this uptrend needs to hold on SPY, and below that, that opens the door to this gap 422.92. So on Triple Q, same thing. I have the weekly chart here, and if you look at my screen, look at this blue line and all these candles trading around this blue line all the time. And now we got disconnected. So Triple Q coming down and possibly retesting blue line 5 SMA as a support on this weekly chart, and that is totally healthy. We have a strong bullish trend on this weekly chart on Triple Q, so nothing wrong with that. And if you go back and look at this daily chart, same thing, guys. Yes, we're seeing a pullback. It's holding 360 exactly as a support, and below that we also have support 357 white line 20 SMA, and we haven't tested white line 20 SMA in a long time, since right here. So it's been like a month or two that Triple Q came down and retested white line 20 SMA. So 360 gives up, opens the door to this white line 20 SMA 357, and then all the way down here at 350. To the upside, Triple Q needs to get above, especially right here, blue line 5 SMA 365, and if that happens, we're going to see more upside, possibly back up to 370 on Triple Q. On Russell 2000 ETF, IWM, it's down 1.5%, and now we lost the support 183. And the next stop on IWM 178, and then the gap at 176.24. IWM had this head and shoulder pattern right here, and now if you look at it, guys, this thing from this head and shoulder pattern broke out to the upside, had a nice bull flag, nice consolidation right here, and now this thing breaking down and possibly coming down here to close this gap at 176.24. Now this is just one day IWM trading below white line 20 SMA, so watch out next week. 182, 183 needs to break on IWM, and if this thing can actually get up to I would say 185.37 and hold that as a support, then this is a fake breakdown on IWM, this thing heading back up to 188, which is a big level of resistance. As you can see, a lot of sell pressure at that level, and it's not getting that breakout. And also look at this candle from today. I mean, there were a lot of selling at that level, and this thing came down. We got a bigger wick on the top and also a smaller one on bottom, and that is a sign of a lot of selling on top and less buying on bottom. So next week on IWM, definitely as a support 178, and then the gap 176, and that should be a dip buying opportunity on IWM. To the upside, it needs to get above 182, 183, 185.37, and then IWM back in business. We could see more upside all the way up to 188 and then 192. On DIA, Dow Jones ETF, it's down 0.64%, and we got a doji indecision candle on DIA, but end of the day it's holding 336 as a support. Now if that gives up going into Monday, that opens the door to this gap 332. So watch out for that as a next support. To the upside, it needs to close that gap at 338.24, and that will be a resistance to watch, and above that also 340, and DIA can actually get above 340, and that holds as a support. We're going to see DIA going all the way up to 340 to 72 to close this gap on top, and then possibly move even higher all the way up to 346 to even 350. So on VIX, it's up 4.11%, and finally a dead cat bounce on VIX. Still just sitting right here in between $12 and $13. and this thing coiling up right here if you look at my screen. So I don't know if we're going to see a breakout here on VIX to the upside, and even if we do, where this thing can go up to 18, maybe even 20. But if you look at it, guys, from 13 to 20 for VIX, that is a long way, and that should give market a nice healthy pullback, a correction, and that's not going to be a crash in the market. And I know a lot of people are waiting with money on the sideline to buy the dip because they're not chasing this rally. So if that happens, this thing gets that breakout, possibly gets up to 18 to 20, there will be a decent pullback in the market, and that should create a lot more buying opportunity. Now to the downside, I said it before, the next stop on VIX, $12. To the upside, this thing needs to break right here. If you look at my screen, $15 and then 16 all the way up to, I won't be concerned until this thing breaks 18 and then 20. And that's all I have for you guys in this video.